The emerald tablets of the Atlantean Thoth laid hidden and buried under the Great Pyramid of Giza for centuries. The date of their concealment is unknown, but we do know it was sometime after Thoth left his earthly kingship over the Egyptians. You see, Thoth had ruled over the land of ancient Kemet before it was even called Egypt. According to the Egyptians, not according to me, he ruled for 16,000 years, one man, over the land of ancient Kemet. He even helped them rebuild civilization there after the Great Flood. He rebuilt a post-diluvial, highly advanced civilization there. After some time, he left, and he went to Mesoamerica, and he built the Teotihuacan civilization. What's Thoth's name in Africa? He's known as Thoth, but he's also known as Tahuti. And what does Teotihuacan translate to? The city of Tahuti. Same person, two different continents in ancient times. Even now, under the Great Pyramid of Giza lies an undiscovered place of otherworldly appearance and the access point to a realm referred to as the Great Halls of Amenti. For generation upon generation after the earthly departure of Thoth, specially appointed priests of Thoth from the early departure performed as guardians to the hiding place of this domain. Those pyramid priests are still there. I know them well. I see them every year. Around 1200 BC, priests removed these tablets from Egypt and carried them throughout the world to all former Atlantean colonies. Now, this is important because, like I always say, Atlantis was not just a ringed city located in one place, potentially in the Atlantic Ocean, right, or the Pillars of Hercules, but Atlantis was many capitals on Earth. The ring city was one of many capitals, and they had kings ruling over different regions of the planet. That's how it was set up back then. What ended up happening is they all went to war against each other. And the war extended from Earth to the moon and even all the way to Mars, the god of war. And there's a reason for that, but that's a whole nother podcast that gets into the Epic of Atrahasis. And the Ijiji wanted to go to war against the kings of Earth, Enki, Enlil, and Anu. The further away from Egypt the priests traveled, the more new civilizations experienced religious renaissances. Do you understand what's going on here? These tablets hold the key behind all spiritual beliefs. And wherever these priests traveled with the knowledge of what's in these tablets, as they were teaching and preaching the knowledge in the tablets, which really are the secrets of the mystery schools, people in those regions began to spring up new religions, spiritual beliefs out of nowhere. There you can actually track the path of tablets around the world as new religions and new spirituality beliefs would begin to pop up and crop up everywhere, because these emerald tablets are the main source for most belief systems that exist. Finally, the priests left the tablets buried under the unmarked temple, perhaps under the pyramid of Pakal the Great, Lord Pakal. That's in where? Mexico. Okay, we're talking about what used to be considered Mesoamerica, and now it's obviously not Mesoamerica anymore. It's Mexico and South America, where the Mayans obviously used to live. That area is, now has many different names, but it used to be one big name, Mesoamerica. That's where Thoth went to build the Teotihuacan civilizations. Thoth gave Dorial permission to retain a copy of his translations after making the arduous journey and delivering the tablets to the doorway of the Halls of Amenti. We can imagine Dorial taking a transport ship across the Atlantic in the mid-1920s, bound for Egypt while concealing the glistening emerald tablets of Thoth the Atlantean. How he must have slipped serendipitously into the pyramid complex under cover of darkness. Directed by the presence of Thoth to the hidden entrance, this entrance lay undisturbed for 3,300 years, since the guardian priests had left behind their temples for the mission of Thoth. These most ancient tablets are the ones formed by Thoth, the god of wisdom and knowledge, and written for the spiritual enlightenment of all those who respond and receive the rarefied form of consciousness as a gift from God himself. Thoth was a god king of Egypt for thousands of years, but when he decided to return to the halls of Amenti, He built the Great Pyramid of Egypt to serve a twofold function. Firstly, to safeguard the emerald tablets, and secondly, to serve as a hidden entrance to the halls of Amenti. Thoth says that beneath the Great Pyramid stands the doorway to the underworld, where the Master of Masters dwell.